Good morning, good morning. It is Motivation Station with Rose and Sanjay. Rose, good morning, good morning.
Hello,
How are you?
people. How am I? How am I?
Right?
I'm running like crazy this morning.
Happy Thanksgiving. I know it was a few days ago, but still, happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And right now, running around like turkey. Um, Thanksgiving was great. Went to a friend's house. Usually, everyone brings a dish, which is a cool thing to do instead of one person cooking everything and taking care of everything. And then we played against humanity cards.
Mm-hmm.
And last year we had one, and now we discovered there's more cards. So we bought new cards, and then the friends bought a new cards too. So what we did, we put three cards at different stacks and just mixed them up together. So it was like a hot box.
Yeah, like a hybrid version of the game. Yeah, no, there's a lot of different versions of that game, and they're all
Wow,
good.
yeah.
But that's awesome. Wait, so you did that on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, usually we collectively like eat, and then after we'll play games, and then we were playing Wii bowling, and
The
it's always
classic Wii bowling. No, no, that's good. That's awesome. It sounds like you had a good
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
yeah. Thank you. How about you?
We let's see. On Thanksgiving Day, we actually went to my cousin's house, and it's funny because they had called us over a few days before that. So normally we go to my in-laws, but we had dinner with them the week before. So my cousin was like, "Oh, hey, come over." So we're like, "Okay." So we had Thanksgiving. We had Indian food. And it's funny because I typically I'll eat Indian food. I just don't eat it as much as I normally do. But that day, like I mean, maybe it's because my parents weren't here, but like we went to my cousin's house and they had like a whole bunch of like different types of Indian food. So they had like roti with
Oh,
like chickpeas and then green peas, and it was like just a nice like mix of everything with like Indian spices. And
the
oh
only
my
thing I know is
god, I
biryani. Uh-huh.
I ate so much that day. And like, because the thing is, I don't eat rice. I don't eat rice anymore. Rather, I don't eat white rice anymore because like, diabetic and white rice doesn't cope well with me. So they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, have rice, have rice." I was like, "Nah, I can't eat rice." They're like, "All right, well, at least have more roti." So I had like, I honestly had like 6 or 7 pieces. I don't know how I got it all
What
in
is
me.
roti? Let's
It's like
get
it's
into
you
that
know what
one.
naan is? You know what naan is?
No, all I
You
know
know
is from
naan?
Indian food is biryani
That's the rice, yeah. But yeah,
because
you
it's
know
like a
rice with the rice.
pilaf.
Yeah, yeah. So naan is like kind of like bread. It's like a thin bread, right?
Oh, like a
Made with,
pita bread?
no, made with like flour. Yeah, it's like thinner than that. It's like very loosely thin bread. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And it's made with like flour and different types of flours and stuff like that you can use. But basically, you use the bread as a scoop to pick up the rest of the food. You know what I mean? Like, like if you have
okay.
rice or biryani, you would have rice with like other things mixed in. Essentially, it's the same, except you just kind of use the roti to eat, the other food together. So you'd like
Okay.
scoop it up and eat it. It was good. But like I rarely eat Indian food, but I had it that day and it was just like it was very, very good. And I don't know, is this the way like my aunt makes it, but she makes it a little different. And it's funny because my mom will try to make the same dishes and I'm like, it's not the same, it's not as good. But she's like, I don't know
No,
how my aunt does it. But it was good. We overall we had a good
family
dinner.
recipe.
Dessert, we had pumpkin pie at home, so I just had pumpkin pie with a little bit of whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
And then today we're doing our Friendsgiving tonight. So we're not doing anything
No.
crazy special, but we're all getting together.
Mm-hmm.
We're catering Chinese food and pizza. Uh, and just, everyone gets together. We're probably going to play some board games, probably play some card games and things like that. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a little bit later on today, but I think it'll be a good time. I was able to get a 4-day weekend because Thanksgiving I was off, Friday I was off, and then now it's just Saturday and Sunday, and I feel a little bit well rested. Like, I mean, I definitely sat and thought over the things I'm thankful for, especially like even though I'm like kind of
Mm-hmm.
struggling with like work right now and going through that stuff with work. I'm still thankful for it at the end of the day, like I'm so happy that I have a place, that I have a job, I have some money coming in. I just got paid before the holiday, so then I was able to kind of ramp up some money to pay off bills, and now I paid off my vacation, which I'm gonna take in in like 3 weeks or so, and
Ooh,
then Christmas is around the corner too, so now I can actually
yeah.
buy my friends gifts and stuff like that. So
No. Yes,
we'll see.
definitely. So I was a baker last week. I made banana pound cake with a
Ooh,
homemade chocolate for a friend. That was she's an amazing lady. Was driving me around everywhere. So I said, you know what? Let's be thankful. So and I presented to. She had a family over, so I gave them that cake. And then for friends that we went on Thanksgiving, I tried for the first time make a marble cake,
ooh, ooh.
pound marble cake also with the homemade chocolate, but it didn't came out the way it's supposed to. But it was still, it wasn't too marble.
Yeah, nah, it happens sometimes. I've
So apparently I needed to layer it a little thinner. So I never made it before, so I didn't even know the technique of marbling. I think so.
I mean, you won't know until you try, right? First of all, I
Yes.
want to say, hey Megan, thanks for
So
stopping in.
yes.
Um,
Hi Megan.
I,
Happy
I I've
Thanksgiving.
I've tried doing something simple. Okay, I've tried last year. I think it was. I tried making glazed carrots. Right, nothing that
Oh.
complicated. Not that hard. Right. I followed a recipe to the T. Right, and my mom humbled me. I it said put it like whatever it said. Put like a half a cup of like sugar and a quarter cup salt or whatever it said. I don't exactly remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
followed it exactly. I measured it and everything, and it came out so bad. And I was like, Mom, like my mom was like, why are you putting all this in at once? I was like, Mom, I'm just following the recipe. I know what I'm doing. I'm reading, right? And it came out so bad. And she's like, yo, you're an idiot. You're supposed to like just kind of scope it out little by little, add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that. And I just got mad. And my mom tried to salvage it, right? Because I decided at the end it was so bad I didn't want to take it with me to my friends.
yeah.
So my mom's like, we'll just eat it. We'll do something. And I remember we struggled trying to eat it over the course of 2 or 3 days because like she would try to like put more sugar in it, and then she's like, honestly, this is a lost cause. Just throw it away. Like we can't do it. And then like I
Wow.
learned, I was like, yeah, even though you can follow thing to a T, you just got to understand the ingredients a little bit better.
Yes.
But you wouldn't know
Yes.
until like you try it. And I told my mom at the end, I was like, you know what? I'll admit you're right, but I was like, you have to let me fail about what the carrots I made because now I know better. Like now I'm like, all right, I see where my wrong was, right? And of course I did it last minute, and then and doing it last minute doesn't help too because if you mess it up, then it's like, all right, well I guess I'm not bringing anything, to the friendsgiving or whatever. So you live and you learn.
uh,
Um, but it
it's
is
the
what
same
it
with the
is.
pound cake. Like I made it the first time, like it's kind of sweet. So the next time I already lowered the amount of cane sugar that I put. Like it's still sweet. So kind of mix it up and yeah,
I def
definitely need to try.
I definitely want to cook a little bit more. I want to be better at cooking a little bit more. But anyway, so today on Motivation Station we will be talking about things that we're thankful for. And if we really think about it, I mean, we've been doing this podcast for over a year, a year and like a month now. And I think I'm extremely, I'll start with that, is I think I'm extremely thankful for being able to do the podcast. And not just because like it's a thing that me and you were like, hey, let's kind of do this and just like figure it out and go from there. But just like the adventures we actually had on the podcast, right? I was it made me realize that I hung out with one of my cousins that I used to like we used to play video games like every night or every other night. Every week we would at
Yeah.
least play once or twice. And now that we both have become fathers, we keep busy. We don't have time with work and scheduling with kids and like my kid, thankfully at night she goes to bed around 9:30 or latest, right? His kids don't go to bed till like 11:30. They're a little bit
Oh
older.
yeah.
Yeah, they're a little bit older, but like they
Still.
never really followed a nighttime routine, if that makes sense. I mean, they go to school, like I think they're 7 or 8 or something like that. So they go to school and everything, so all that part is done. But it's just like the hecticness of like you don't really get your nights anymore. You know what I mean? And he was talking. He's like, like, how are you keeping up with things? He's like, how are you keeping it together? And I told him, I was like, honestly, like right now, life is a roller coaster. Right now, work is extremely difficult. My kid is growing up so fast and talking so much, and I'm missing out on this. And I was like, but I'm still thankful for all of this, right? Because I was like, right now, I'm still doing my podcast. Because I told him last year that I was doing a podcast. Because I remember him asking me around Thanksgiving time too, and I was like, I just started a podcast and I'm excited for it. And now, like, I talk about it, and I'm like, I'm still thankful that I'm still doing that podcast. I was like, we've done an episode every Saturday. I think there's one Saturday we did like a pre
Record.
recorded episode, right? But we did like an episode every week. We had an episode every week, and I'm like, honestly, it's been therapy to myself. I've been relating a lot of stuff I've been saying in my podcasts to real life situations. So I think I had mentioned about a month ago, well, a little less, maybe like 2, 3 weeks ago, I met with a friend that we were friends in high school, and he is doing his own like book writing. He's doing his own like
Mm,
show and things like that because he wants to
okay.
talk about his life. So he called me one day, and a lot of times it was kind of like, he needed help with something, so I tried to help him out. But he called me and he's like, hey, like, I want to discuss something with you. And I was like, that's the first time he said something like that. So sure, let's go. So we met up at Starbucks one day, one night, and he was like, you know what? Like, I'm doing my own YouTube show. I'm doing like a book writing and stuff like that, and I could really use your help. I could really use your help on two sides.
he
One, to
needs
help
he
me.
needs to come be a guest here.
Yeah, no, no, no. Yeah, I did tell him like I do want to bring him as a guest, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit more, hopefully in December, because right now his schedule is a little bit hectic. But he wants more help to kind of support the things he's trying to do to bring out the best he can for his show, his book writing and stuff like that. So we sat down and we discussed like what he has now. He has um uh well, his name's Stefan Roach, right? He has a few books out on Amazon. He has 2 seasons out on YouTube, and he's trying to showcase his writing and showcase his story and things like that. He's doing great, absolutely fantastic. And he's like, I just need a little bit help, a little bit fine tune it. So I've been trying to find the time to watch the season in 1 and 2 so I can break it down a little bit further and understand what he's trying to do. But I told him, I was like, yeah, I don't mind being a part of this and I want to make more time for it. So, going into 2026 now, it's
Anytime.
weird to say.
I'm a book writer too.
I told him, I was like, listen, I'll help you out. Like, but you have to tell me, like, your reason. You get, like, I had to really put him on the spot because Rose, honestly, when I first met you, it was like the same story. He had these high visions and strong visions and stuff like that. But I had to keep his feet planted to the ground because I'm like, you're not overreaching, but like, sometimes you have to start with what you have and go from there. And not, I'm not saying don't pretend you don't have all this, but like what I'm saying is like you just have to work with what you have, And like he actually called me to talk about equipment that he wanted to get for video editing. And I was like, yeah, I have the budget to spend like $600, $1,000, $2,000 on the equipment. And this is what I was thinking. And I was like, you do this instead. You can get smaller equipment, you can get mediocre equipment and just have someone amazing edit it. So like pay someone else to do the amazing work you need them to do. Because right now he's doing it himself. And I'm not saying he's not knowledgeable, but I'm saying like there's experts out there, or not experts, better people out there that know how to do this because that's their
Somebody has done
passion,
it.
their, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. So he asked me, he's like, oh, do you mind doing some video editing? And I told him, I don't mind doing video editing. I'm just not good at it. I was like, yeah, I do my own podcast. Yeah, I do my own like YouTube show and stuff like that when I was doing my car videos, but I'm not good at it. I'm really not good at it. So if I had the
Mhm.
budget, I would rather pay someone to do like even Motivation Station, like once we get a little bit bigger, once we can invest more money into it, I'd rather pay someone to actually start the show, edit the show, put it on, social media and all that stuff. Not because I can't do it, because that is part of the reason, but other people can do it better.
Yes.
So I told him, I was
Yes.
like, listen,
I
I don't,
agree.
I could get the 4K camera, I can get a studio, I can do all this stuff, right? But if I can't build an audience and all that, it's not really gonna do me any good, right? So like us doing this podcast right now, and I'm telling you, it's like my therapy. I'm fine with every Saturday being like this. We have a few viewers, we talk, they talk. We talk about ourselves, whatever it may be. I'm comfortable with this. But if you want to become bigger, there's steps you have to take. And sometimes we just don't have that knowledge on how to get that bigger, right? So I told him, I said, instead of spending $1,000 on a camera, $1,500 on a camera, right? Spend $300-400 on a good camera, right? Which will still get your quality that you need. Hire a better cameraman, hire a better editor, and like put money into those things. And and so you can have the most amazing equipment and come up with a shit show, or you can have just very average equipment and come up with an amazing show because of the people that you invest into. So he's like, you know what? I never looked at it that way. And I was like, yeah, man, you got to kind of just like think outside the box. And I
Yeah.
told him the reason I know this is because I do a podcast. Because me and you talked about like, wanting to go LLC and all that stuff, and having a shop and having all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm totally game to do all this, but it's an investment. It's not just like, hey, we put it up on YouTube and all of a sudden we have 10,000 viewers and we're good to go. We really have to put ourselves out there. And not only that, we have to make sure everything looks good. And right now, like, and I told you I'm not comfortably there yet, because there's like, the little improvement I did so far is they put a sun in the corner and a coffee cup in the other corner, right? But I want a better background. I actually I'm trying to work with someone that I'm paying a service to build us a background that we can use for commercial services, right? And it's like, it looks like a coffee shop. It's gonna look like a coffee shop, and it's gonna have a neon light that says Motivation Station. It's gonna look like as if it's our own actual coffee shop, but it's a podcast. It's a background. It's an animated background at that. So I'm trying to build that together now. And I'll probably get it done before Christmas. But like, if we really want to put ourselves out there, I gotta get marketing ideas. I gotta get better social media outlets and stuff like that. Like, I know we're on Instagram, and I just noticed right now the app I use to do the podcast, it now allows me to stream to other things. So I can add Facebook and I can add Instagram, right? And
Okay.
I don't have a TikTok account, but if we make one for Motivation Station, I can add TikTok. And then what it does is,
Okay.
um, when I hit start stream, it kicks it off on all the social media. So like, doing that, we'll be able to get more views. We'll be able to get more like, hey, do the watch us here, watch us there. I actually have to update our what do you call it, our little QR code, because I think I have to make a more official one, but we had to make more outlets. But you know what I mean? Like, so like, me and you can spend all this money on amazing equipment, but like, at the end, it's like, what's your goal? If you want to, if we're just doing it to make everything look good and eventually people watch it, okay, then we can spend that money. But if we're trying to like build it to be a little bit better, to get more of an audience, to build out more, to other resources, other outputs, whatever it may be, it takes time and it takes resources. But I remember I sat there, and I know he wanted to make it like build a business at the end of it too, because he was telling me the other side is he wants to start like a tutoring service, right, for people who want to become writers. And I'm like, that's great, man. Like, I'm very happy for you, right? But I was like, why are you doing everything? Why do you want to do this, right? And
Delegate.
I was hand on heart, hoping for him to answer that I want to do this because I want to help people. I want to make a difference, right? And I remember I had to kind of boil it out of him, because he was too far ahead. He's like, I have he's like, my business partner is doing my LLC. We're trying to build people to become tutors and stuff like that. And he was getting 7,000 steps ahead, which is fine. You have a dream, go for it. But you have to start with where you're at. And I was like, but why? Why are you doing all this, right? And at the end, he was just like, because I want to make a difference. And I was like, that's it. That's it. Whenever you struggle, whenever you get back to like, why am I doing all this? What's all this happening, right? Just remember what you just told me now. You want to make a difference, right? And I think he told him one time that he was humbled that like one day he was just somewhere, and someone was like, hey, aren't you Stefan Roche, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah, I've read your book. One person out of the blue came out and said, I read your book. And he's like, that shit made all the difference in the world for him. And I was like, you got to remember these moments, right? Even when you become big, even when you become famous, even if you start such a big thing, remember why. Remember this humble moment. And he told me, he's like, I want to be able to give speeches at colleges and talk about books and stuff like that, right? I was like, that's fantastic, man. But let's right now aim smaller. Why don't you go to like little places that like libraries? Libraries maybe will allow you to do, like a motivation speech for an hour, like do
Yeah, I
a,
need to connect with this guy.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I need
I'll
to
one day when I'll have
see
him on
where
here, but I was like,
I
just
need
start
to.
off small, like ask like small areas, like go to libraries, but like, hey, can I just talk about my book for an hour at the library? I'm sure that won't come at a like a high cost or anything like that.
Hello,
Okay,
Lily.
hello.
Say hello.
Okay, hold on. Let
Happy
me.
Thanksgiving, Lily.
You can sit on my lap. Hold on. Let me change my audio. Hang on.
I want to
Um,
say thank you for the 50th. I don't know who that was, but
I think it
write
was
me a
Stefan.
message.
Ironically, I think it was Stefan.
The 50th person, the subscriber.
Yeah.
I think we should give him a gift
What did you say to my
of
mom?
being a 50th
What did you say
subscriber.
to my mom again?
I didn't say
Hello,
anything.
Lily.
She says,
Hello,
Rose
star of
says
the
hello.
show.
Say hi.
Hi,
Hi, star of the show.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Lily.
And I'm thankful for Mama.
You're thankful for Mama. What about
Oh,
me?
I'm thankful for both of you, yo.
Both of you? Okay, you said
oh.
Mama first.
And, and we're thankful for you,
We're thankful for you. Appa's here because of you.
for your
Hmm.
presence.
I'm thankful because you pooped a pants.
I pooped in my pants. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie. Who was the one that ran around with the house with no underwear yesterday? Huh?
Me.
Yeah,
Ooh.
she was a free bird yesterday. Let me tell you. You're a free bird, right?
Nope.
No? Okay, well.
You pooped a pants.
You pooped in your pants, you little
No,
poopy pants.
no, you pooped a pants.
You're so weird. All right, go. Go say, go have lunch. It's almost lunchtime. Say thank you. Say bye, Rose. Just say bye, Rose.
Bye, Lily.
Little rat. Little
She is
rat.
so fun.
She's
So much
too full
fun.
of life, is what it is. Can you? Oh, she's just petting my cat in the bed. My cat's cold. It's cold. I don't know how it's down there for you, but it's cold up
It
here.
is cold.
Only pet her.
We're in our 30s. Ugh,
Yeah.
gee.
You know what's crazy? We're supposed to supposedly have snow at the beginning of December, which is already next week.
Which is already Monday in 2 days.
But anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, so like I was like, listen, take all these small steps, right? Give a speech out of go to the park. Go to the park, put a speaker, and just be like, hey, my name is Stefan, talk about yourself. Put yourself out there. You really have to put yourself out there if you want to see people have people see you. And my cat's name is Sharky, and she's sleeping in the bed.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's petting her. All right, hold on one second.
Okay.
But anyway, so like just like us, like a little like thing from us. All right, can you go down to Mama? Okay. Say bye. Okay. So I was like, you just have to like, I'm not saying think dream big, but like not saying not dream big, but I'm saying like, start with you have, be humble, do your thing
Take
and
a
stuff like that.
realistic step.
Yeah, and then from
Right.
there, like you'll build. And I told him and same thing I told you too in the past. I was like, look, what we're building is a dream, right? And honestly, money and all that stuff will come after. When we're like dedicated to ourselves, you will, you'll like everything will follow. Everything will follow in that pattern as long as we're dedicated to what we dream of and what we want to do, right?
Yes.
So I told him same thing, and like his business partner was there, and it's funny because his business partner was somebody that we went to high school with him, and he remembered me. We, we
Mm.
we caught up a little bit, and he's like, everything
Okay.
like Sanjay's saying is like on point, and he's like, I'm glad Sanjay's saying this because the business partner was like, I said this to him too, but he doesn't want to like fully listen to me. So I told him, I was like, all right, well, we came to agreement. So he texted me after, and he's like, I would love to have you part of my team. And I was like, of course, but let me watch all your episodes. Let me watch all your seasons. Let me read your book. I did buy his books. I was like, let me read your books, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Because my thing is like, I gotta see the genuinity of it. You know what I mean? Like we're not remember like I'm listen. I'm game for everyone to make money, right? In this life that we live, we can't not make money. We all have dreams. We
Yeah,
all wanna,
it's
right? But thing is like,
hot for everybody.
but my thing is like I want to do it right. Like I don't really care how everybody else in the world is making their money, right? But I want to make sure that if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. And I was like, if you're gonna have me as a person on your team,
Realistic.
we're gonna do it right, you know. So
Yes.
he's finishing up his season 2. I think he's finishing up season 2 of his show next month, and then he's gonna start filming in March for season 3. And I said before we do that, we can definitely discuss it a little bit more. But he has a small team, and with me included, it'd be like 4 people. And I told him I was like, I have no problem doing this, but let's do this together. But anyway, the reason I'm saying all this is like it reminded me how much I thought about even like motivation station, right? Like when we started it, like I know we had high dreams of like where we wanted to go, and I told you I was like, even after a year, even if we made one little difference to somebody, that's my win. And now you just messaged me, I think it was during this week, you're like, hey, we reached 50 subscribers, and I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. And I think when we first started, we didn't even like the first few months and stuff like that, we're like, oh, they'll come, and they did. And we're still going, and we have I don't think like I think the episodes we're doing every Saturday are like genuine in themselves. They're new episodes. We talk about different things. I really would like to have like more guests and stuff like that, but the thing is I can't blame the podcast for not bringing in guests. I have to blame me for not bringing in guests. Like, so I have to just work towards bringing in guests if I want to bring in guests. If I want to improve things, I have to improve things. Not when I say I mean like we collectively together, right? Because it's our
Yeah,
thing, right? So I mean that's what I mean.
yeah,
So like if we keep just doing what we're doing on a standard basis like this, I'm not saying we won't grow. It'll just be slower, right? But if we really want to expand our horizons and grow, we have to invest in this more. Just like he has to invest in his ideas more, right? And I was like, all we have to do is do it right and do it passionately, right? So this all reverts back to like I talked to him about it. I talked to my cousin about it, and I told him I was like, honestly, the things that are getting me through the year that I'm thankful for is this. Like one of the biggest things is this podcast. You know, if I wasn't able to freely speak to my audience and talk to you, and like even through here, we I talk. My wife watches my podcast and she'll talk about it too, and
thank you, Christine,
yeah, right.
for your support.
And just like if I wasn't able to talk about things here, I think I'd be in a different place right now. I don't think I'd be as comfortable or happy or at peace. Maybe I'm not at complete peace, but I won't be as close as I am now.
Yes, yes.
So
So
yeah.
I want to tribute. Luckily, we have this outlet when we can tribute people. Day before Thanksgiving, one of a person that I worked with in Bamberg, a very great person, um, passed away, and it was a big loss for a lot of people. A big loss for a lot of people.
Really.
And yes, um, very young, had a stroke, laid on the floor for 6 hours, and then they discovered him had a brain surgery, and he went to coma and never made it. Very young, 53. Yeah, I think it's very young. And his birthday is on Monday, December 1st. And right now in New Jersey, I'm with you because watching know who I'm talking about. And it was a big loss.
Mm,
Thankful for knowing that person, learning from that person. Very humble person. It was a big loss, and right now, for anybody who wants to plant a tree for his name, it's available. I didn't know you can do that. You can plant a tree
yeah. Yeah.
nowadays for the person that passes away. And also, I would like to say thank you. Coming up, it's my mom's birthday coming up on December 5th. And yesterday on her name, I put I call it New Year tree, Christmas tree, was up and decorated it, and I'm making a country style. So I like to do different styles.
Of course.
Like I have enough ornaments
Yeah.
to do different styles. So this year I decided to make a country style with some country ornaments. I'm working more towards learning how to edit it more, use iPhone camera a little bit better to do videos and stuff. So I definitely started posting more videos on my YouTube channel, which is amazing. It's like Okay, it works. You know, it's a great experience. As you said, start somewhere, right? Start where you are, and build from there. If you love doing it, do it. No
Yeah.
matter how scrambled it is, do it,
Yeah.
because you're gonna eventually take steps to learning one trick, second trick, the third trick. And when you learn three tricks already and you're using it, you can see the difference.
Mm.
You know, today I finished my beauty detox program, 21 days. I'm so excited that was consistent. Today was day number 9 of me working out of 40 challenge that I challenged myself, right? Why I'm telling you this? Because sometimes we don't want to do it. But I'm so grateful that I switched my thinking around that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like you don't ask yourself, do you want to do it? You get up and say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm so excited, I'm grateful. And I'm definitely grateful for people that I've met in my life and people that left, right, with a tribute. People come, people go. Take the best of where we can and just continue, bring it on. I love that part. And
Yeah.
I'm
No.
grateful that we're still consistently here on
y-
Saturday
Yeah.
without like, you know, we don't have that. I hope we don't have that. And I hope
Yeah.
we
No,
will never have
I
that,
think
right? Like,
there were times, maybe in the
still a
past.
podcast that I gotta show up for?
No.
No, it's like, oh my god, let's go.
No,
I'm
no,
ready.
I think it's safe to say there were probably points in our past that we were just like, ah, no, it's like almost 11 o'clock. I gotta get up and do that. But I think we worked through it, and like you said, the
I don't think I
consistency.
never had that. I never had that.
I
It was at
I don't know.
times when I was like, okay,
No,
when I would,
there were
I never
times.
had,
Well, what
yeah.
I'm saying is there were times that we came onto the podcast, and I think we thought of it more of a task than like, hey, it's podcast time. I'm excited. There are times that both of us safely to say it that we got on like, and we went through it. And maybe when we started going through it, it felt less of a task. But it's like going to the gym, right? You go like when you're thinking about going to the gym, it's like, "Ah, I don't feel like going to the gym. Like I gotta dress,
I
not
never
dress
had
up, but
that. I
like
don't know
you
where I
gotta."
did.
There were times, I'm not gonna say I put you on the spot like that, but there were times that you
Put me
have
on the spot. I want to hear
there were times that you were super low energy on it, whether you were tired, whether like you stayed up for work or whatever it may
I'm
have
going
been.
through some.
Yeah. But like what I'm saying is like it's like the gym in the sense that we think about it. Oh, I gotta like put on my clothes for the gym clothes, and I gotta drive to the gym and all that, right? And like it was
No.
annoying to think about. But then once we got to the gym, it was great. It was like I'm here, I'm able to work out, I'm about to lift weights and stuff like
Maybe
that.
yeah, think the brain.
And,
Yeah, I'm like, it's just
but
excitement.
yeah, no, so like I'm not saying like we're like oh I don't want to do the podcast today. That's what I'm not saying. That I'm saying that when there are times when we started a podcast and it was
Yeah.
just so low energy we couldn't eat. It was hard to like get through it. And but then like after a while when we started to do the podcast, then we started talking more and we got to better places. That's all I'm saying. But anyway,
Yes,
but like
I got you.
what I'm
I
trying
got
to
you.
also get at is that I agree with you that there's a level of like doing it consistently that then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like a task or a job anymore. You just come in, you do your thing,
It's
and
just like,
just like you
I'm
exercising.
excited. I'm like, oh, what are we gonna talk about today? Who's gonna show up? How's
Yeah,
gonna be the chat? Sometimes chat is really booming, and I'm like, whoa.
yeah, no,
Like you
and
never
that's what I
know.
mean. Like once we get into it, right?
Definitely,
Sometimes the chat
yeah.
is blowing off, and we're like, oh my god, we gotta catch up
So
with chat. We
thankful.
got sometimes there's nothing going on, and sometimes it's just us two, and we're just talking through each other's days or weeks or whatever.
And I'm grateful for every moment because every moment shows us what we're capable of. We're
Yeah,
definitely capable of so much more.
there's so much to catch up on, and like I said, I mean, outside of looking at it from a motivation station standpoint, right? It's really like two friends talking to each other, right? It's two friends talking to each other, talking about changes happening in their lives, dreams that they have, and then there's other people that partake in the conversation,
The
and then we're all
growth.
just yeah, and it's safe to say motivation station is exactly what we started it as, which is coffee talk, or tea talk or whatever you want to call it. It's as if I met you at a coffee shop and we're catching up and we decide to have a discussion about a topic, like my cousin that I was talking about earlier. So I told him that's how I'm like getting it through. But his dad's death anniversary just happened Friday. Or sorry, the Friday before,
Mhm.
and it was like a 1 year anniversary, right? And he was telling me like I wish things were different, and I'm like, we all wish things were different. We all wish that like people in our lives didn't go the way they did, and obviously we're always gonna wish that we could have done more, right? But I was like, you need to take a step back and look at how great things are outside of that, right? I mean, you got to just think of how thankful you should be for your life around you, right? And one of the conversations we had was, very humbling to him because I was like, your dad, like, was proud of you, like whether you want to not acknowledge it or not. But I was like, you're married, you have two beautiful boys, right? And your dad got to see all this, got to witness all this, be part of their lives, you know what I mean? And I was like, I see a comment, but it didn't show up on my chat yet, so I'm waiting for.
Let's not. There's some haters in the building.
There's some haters in the building. Let me see if I log in as an admin and close that. Um,
You
let's
know.
see. But so like to my cousin, I was telling him, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Hold on. Oh God, not Gemini. Somebody mentioned this to me the other day too. They said that I should have admins just in case for chats, but I never thought about it. Let me see if I can at least get into it. Fortunately, what the heck? I can't. How did the comment make its way through community moderation? Let's
Can
see.
Can you delete the comments?
I probably can. I
That's not
just
good. That is not good.
let's see. So you know what? The comment doesn't show up on YouTube. So wait,
I do
how are you
see it.
watching? Wait, did you?
I
Hold on.
I see it on my other phone, and I see the comment, and the comment is
Yeah, I see the comment.
not. It should not be there.
No, hold off
It's
on all comments.
rated R or something. How you call it?
It's not rated R. I see what it is. It's very inappropriate
You
and
know, you know what they say: if you don't have haters, you're not successful.
yeah, right.
So, and I love that. While you know your story, nothing can really poke you. So that's what I say, and I know my story.
Let me
Can't poke
see.
it.
I'm just trying to make sure because if
And
I watch it on
Megan's
my
comment
stream,
come very later. It came later, so I think the chat is late as well
yeah,
because Megan's comment just showed up saying Lily so cute, so cute.
and
She's
because like
definitely
on
a
my
star.
streaming thing, it doesn't show me. It doesn't show me the
And
comment.
that's okay,
Like
but
I see it on my
YouTube.
streaming app, but not on here. I'll find it. Whatever. I'll take care of it. I mean, if I mean, I'm not seeing it at the moment, so we should be safe. But yeah, I know.
But
I agree.
everyone is right now seeing it on YouTube. Put it that way.
Let me see.
Just to let you
Now, if
know.
I go to YouTube now, I think it automatically remove. If you refresh
I
the page, does it still show up?
Let me try. Mm, mm, Still there.
That's
Megan,
strange.
let us know if you see the comments.
Yeah, let us know, man,
Uh,
because
okay. Yeah, it was removed.
comment
But
was
I do
removed.
see it. I do see it on the videos itself. I don't know why.
So
The
and
chat was removed, but the videos
yeah,
on here.
but are you I don't know how you're looking at that per se because I see it on my stream chat or my stream like like the where the comment section is, but it's
Mhm.
not actually showing me that actual comment.
Okay. So on the chat itself is removed. On
Yeah.
the video itself is still on. Like I can still read it.
if like I said, if you go to the stream page and look at it, it doesn't show up for me, so we should be okay.
Okay, I just
Um,
want to address this. I love your comments, but your comments are not appropriate to
the
this
stream
page. I know
and
you
the
hate me,
space.
and don't hate love. And this is not the community that we bring this type of comments. I don't even want these comments in my life, but no to say over here. So be blessed. I'm gonna pray for you, and please be kind and nice, and really think before you write something or say something to others because it's important.
Yeah. Okay.
Be nice. Let's respect each other. It's not gonna touch me in any way, but
Yeah.
it's disturbance for our community.
It's I mean, I agree with you.
It's
I don't think
inappropriate.
there's
It's
any reason for it to have been said.
yeah, it's
Um,
inappropriate. But
it's
as
really
we know,
inappropriate. Yeah. Uh,
can we? Okay, never mind.
So the
Peace.
good
Yes,
news
peace time.
is, I want to say good news.
The good news is hater,
Moderator report.
hater.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. I'll get some moderation working. The comment. Damn.
Do we have a block?
We have a filtering system, but then I do have to go pretty deep into it to customize it.
Okay,
Which
okay. This is something new,
yeah,
and this
right.
is something.
Like
This is
58 episodes in, and we had one person decide to go off. Like, okay, nice. The
which
hell?
is fine. You can be on, but maybe silently watch. Silently, or you're gonna be removed for good because
I mean, for now, what I ended up doing is the person that made the comment, I ended up kind of YouTube. You can put them on timeout for some time, but I'm gonna investigate a little bit further into it and
yeah,
maybe
and
even ban the user at that point.
yeah, but we still see the comments on the video, which is
Yeah,
guys that
let's
just don't
see.
pay attention. Of
I
course, everybody's gonna read that comments, but it's not appropriate towards Lily or me or anybody. I don't think
yeah.
it should be, even. It's
Let
nothing.
me.
I'm not gonna file any,
No. It's not that. Like, but I
anything.
definitely
Let's
want to
just,
like remove the comment in general. But
yeah, let's just be nice towards each other. Let's respect each other. Let's not throw any memes, do any comments like that. Come on, guys. It's not
mm,
motivation station. We grow here. We motivate each other. We don't bring on that energy here. That energy should be outside and outside of our energies and outside of this community. We love each and every one of you. We're definitely thankful for all the shares, comments, all the views. We have almost 3,000 views. And it's a big thing because we are hour and a half a show. It's not a quick clip of 15 seconds. And I'm grateful for you to investing your time watching us, listening us on Spotify. Spotify show comes out every Sunday,
I think
right? Just
last week's I have to upload,
remind,
but yeah,
yeah.
every Sunday, yeah.
And you can listen to us anytime. If you want to be part of our community and show, you're welcome to email us. We do have a Facebook page. You can message us. We do have Instagram page as well. And you can follow us and be part of the show. And you know what? Maybe the one who can share your motivation with the world and make the world a better place to be. And I'm grateful for our first hater.
All right. For now, I got to take a look at the modded rules and things like that, but it should reflect in a few seconds. I'm just gonna remove comments altogether, and we'll go from there. And I'll
Thank
figure
you.
out moderation. Like I
Thank
didn't
you.
feel that I had to do such a thing, right? I didn't. I like because what we have conversations. We're just chilling at this point. But
Yeah.
I guess there are just some people who I guess I don't know whatever think differently. But it is what it is, and like you said, there's we're always gonna have haters one way or another. But whatever.
Yes.
Thank you for getting
I love.
our comment count up. I guess.
Yes. I just love the quote that says, "If you don't have to use it, you're not successful." So
But
I knew
anyway,
that, but
um,
it
so
happened.
back to my conversation I was having until I was rudely interrupted. Um, my cousin, like his dad passed away a year ago, and like they did
Yes.
their death anniversary, and I had to remind him. I was like, dude, like you did like I know you wish you could have done more for your dad,
Bonjour.
but
Mhm.
like also like you've done so much. You gotta pat. Like I had to pat myself on the back too, because like I talked about how both of us grew up in a way that like I looked up to my parents that even when they were sick they never really called out sick. They always went to work. The only time they
Yes.
stayed, but I had to give myself on the bat a pat on the back too, because there's times where I worked overnights. There's times that I sacrificed a shift so that somebody else can have a better shift than me, and I burnt myself out a lot. And I'm like, you know what, I really have
Yes.
to give myself like thanks for that. I have to be very grateful that you know I should be proud of myself. Like I put a lot of time and effort into my own thing. You know what I mean? So I had to
Mhm.
tell him like, listen, we all wish we could have done things differently for our parents and things like that. But you have to understand that our
Mhm.
parents were definitely absolutely proud of where we were and where we came. Right? So I had to remind him not to bring come down on that. And
Yes.
everything kind of just like good conversations with that, conversations with my friend who's doing like his book writing, his YouTube shows and stuff. Like everything just kind of pointed back at the fact that because of Motivation Station, I was able to uphold these conversations. I was able to think outside of the, you know, everything can go wrong. Yeah, true, but everything can go right too. You know what I mean? Like I don't say I don't play both parts of the fence here, but like it's like your day. If you want to think that you're gonna have a shitty day, you can, right? But you also can think that your day will be great, and that can happen too. Like your attitude goes like a far away, and I think it's helped me a lot, especially since I drive to work every day and all that. People cut me off all the time. People do all this, and now I just like chill and drive. Like I don't even care anymore. I'm just like whatever, they missed an exit or anything like that. As long as I'm not actually harmed, I'm okay with everything. Sorry for the late hello, but hello, Morgan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Um,
you for this beautiful comment.
yeah. And we had an intruder in our comment section that was just I guess a sad individual. But what do not much we can do about that. But it's funny because I swear I just talked about it last week or something, or we with someone, and they're just like,
You have
why
to
do you
have
guys?
both for us. You can't have just one, right? Everything.
I mean, damn,
We
now I gotta up it up for Motivation Station channels. you know, this is the world we we live in.
This is the world we live
It's fine.
in.
It is what it is. Um, so outside
Why
of
be sad when you can
for
be
me,
nice and happy? Let's go.
yeah, no, absolutely. But at the same time, like we can't stop people from being people. But it is what it is, and I hope for that person. I hope it was worth it. Like there's not much more I can say about it, but I mean, I'm kind of unbothered by it, And I know the comment was kind of aimed, but I wouldn't think much of it. You know what I mean? Like people are just
Yeah.
sometimes
People are just
just shitty.
people.
Like the people are just
People are
shitty,
just
and it's
people. People
unfortunate.
are peopling.
Yeah, exactly. And people will continue
Yeah.
to peopling. It's
Let's
whatever.
pray and wish the great day for you. Great day for you here. Let it day be beautiful and graceful. If God bless your soul.
Outside of that, just like we talked about a little bit, like now for me it's not only being thankful for the podcast, but I think even like my like you, Rose, and like my other friends around me, like it's been a tough year for like both like work and life in general. So it's nice to have
Oh yeah.
that it's not even a community at this point. It's like a family, right? That like people would reach out to me, people would talk to me, and there was a point where I kind of disappeared for like a month and a half from people, and when I came back, no one held anything against me. Everyone was like, "Hey, you got to do what you got to do," and they kind of just like welcomed me back as if I never left to begin with. So thankful for that. Um, and it just makes me realize that like I guess there were times that I did try to outreach to the to people to get some support, and then I realized like the real ones, like you can reach out to anybody, you can reach out to a lot of people, but some people don't stick around. And I remember this was a conversation I had with Gina as well, but I was like, you got to keep trying, because the thing is, I think it's because of who we are that like we keep trying, and we're good people and we do our best, and eventually that does reach out to people, that does connect with somebody, you know what I mean? And if that does connect with somebody, then like you make a difference, you make a difference. And I know Gina was telling me a lot of times, like, where she would selflessly give herself to people all the time, and some people reciprocated, some people burned her, some people even hurt her at that point. But I was like, the actions that others take, just like this person who left the comment, the actions that others take, that's out of your control, that's out of what you can do. The best you can do is just react to it, and it depends on how you react to it. And I told her, I was like, listen, just because some people burned you, right, don't stop being the beautiful person you are. Just because like this person left a nasty comment doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's not gonna stop you from being the awesome person that we all know you are, right? And sometimes like people will just try to bring you down, and it's I'm all for like haters are gonna be haters and shit like that, but at the same time it's like I really don't care, and you really shouldn't care. There's some people are just unfortunately wild and insane and have
Yeah,
problems,
I don't. So it's not my
but
story.
fuck, like what are you gonna do, right? So at this point, like that person just made themselves look stupid,
Spicy.
and so be it.
Yeah, it's like
You know what I mean? Like I don't care.
spicy. Okay, the person decided to be spicy. All right.
But um but at the end of the day, I think if anything, we all come back to the fact that it's nice to continue for us to be the people that we are, and we don't forget that. And Thanksgiving, I think, is a time that reminds us of these golden beautiful moments.
Yes, definitely grateful. Grateful for that. So happy. I'm so happy for everything because I have to remind myself that I am not, the happiness comes within. It's not from the circumstances from outside of the what's happening. You should feel happy within, and I need to constantly remind myself because sometimes it's like, oh, things is not going right or left or whatever. It's not going the way it's supposed to. No, stop, breathe. You happy? What can you do to make yourself happy right now to be within?
Hmm.
Okay, did you fix yourself? Okay, now let's move from the happy soul, from the love, and do it with joy. Because sometimes we need to just pause, reflect, and like, okay, what is happening?
Hmm.
Am I actually enjoying what I'm doing? What is happening?
Yeah.
It's like reality check, right? Check. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, am I happy? Am I doing it with love and joy? No, then don't do it. It's the same thing. Like I started reading a book in the morning. The first thing I do in the morning, I read the book because I know if I don't read in the morning, I would never read it during the day, right? So and after day 7, I feel like I feel like reading today. So you know what? Reality check. If I'm not doing it with love, I'm forcing myself, then I won't do it again.
Hmm.
So I put it on the side, read one page. Second day, I read another one page because I felt the same way. I said, But the third day, I said, okay, took a break, didn't feel like reading. But on the third day, on the day number 10, I said, okay, let's go back. I'm loving it. Let's go. And I read 20 pages
There
like
you go.
I would do. I was like, okay. pause, feel it. You need to get it together to feel that happy joy, happy love moment. Get back to it. Don't force yourself. It crinkles your body, gives it tension. Your organs start like kind of vibrating in different situations. Just like, okay, you know?
Mhm. It's like I have a interesting thing to that because I agree with you that if you don't do it out of love, like for me, I'm in the same boat. Like, why would I want to continue doing it, right? So, I've been working in IT for a long time. I've been working with computers a long time, and there's so many more paths that you can go into, and even more so paths that you can go into that make you money, right? And I was like, let me explore these paths. And the more I see people in these fields, right? I see people who study up, got their degrees, and worked in these fields. And if they're happy, they're happy. If they're not, they're not. But maybe they were going after the money. But I remember studying a lot of times, and I would study, and I would get bored of it. And I'd be like, if I get bored of it studying it, how am I gonna do it as an actual career? So I had to like take a step back and be like, all right, you know what? This isn't for me. This isn't for me. There was one thing I did eventually catch up on and was like, you know what? This is fun, which was getting more into like a management role for like IT stuff. And I was like, this is interesting and I want to do this. So I started pursuing it and then I got too busy with like where I'm at with work now. That's not letting me continue to pursue it. So I have to definitely try to make more time with it. But with work right now, it's just kind of been hectic. So I'm just trying to get through that. Um, but I agree that like like I'm talking about this in the presence or in the presence in the commitment to like want to work right in a career step. And I was like, look, like I mean anything you do, like anything you kind of get yourself into will make you money depending on how much money you make, more or less, or things like that. But then there are things that you can do more, right, and make even more money. But then it's like, do you really want to go that route? And I've met a lot of people in my time now that started making more money and they do more work, and I don't see them as being happy. you know I see them with a good life, right? When I mean that, I mean like they have a nice house, they have a nice car, they have um children, whatever it may be, right? Like they have all this nice stuff, but then like when I sit back and like I kind of like just output and view their life, they just don't seem happy, like just genuinely happy. Like I guess it feels good to have this stuff, but they're not happy. So I was just like, is this worth it? But like I don't want to put them in that position. Like, what are you gonna do now? Like, is this worth it? Do you feel like like I feel like sometimes people do get to that point that they're too knee deep into something that they invested to, and it's like it's hard to turn back. Like I'm kind of almost at that point where I started chasing the money more in my IT career, right? And I was like, you know what? Is this actually worth it though? Like,
Hmm.
is it actually worth it for me to continue it? And now that I feel like I bit off more than I could chew, I'm like, this wasn't. Like I could have actually lived a decent life with a little bit less money. And if I wanted to do something more, then I would have to have that interest. I got to be like, yeah, I want to do this more because I want to do this more. Not because like, oh yeah, there's more money in for it. There's more 10K, 20K, 100K more. For me, it's like it just has to be like something I want to do. Something that when I get out of bed, this is what I this is what I want to do. I want to be excited for this. I want to get into it. Like I can't wait to start my day kind of thing. And definitely with where I am now, it's kind of more of a chore than a job, or it's more of a job than like something I want to get into. Does that mean that I should not do it? No, of course not, because obviously there's consequences. Like right now I'm supporting my family, I'm sorting doing my bills, we're about to go on vacation, Christmas is coming
Yeah.
up. Gotta bite my tongue, gotta man up, gotta kind of do it, right? But like if I'm not happy with this, I can't do this for the rest of my life, because then I will get older, I will get more bitter, and then when I get to the end of my road, I won't be happy. And I'm not trying to end my journey that way. You know what I mean? So at least I'm hitting that realization now. At least I'm understanding a little bit more at a time. But I'm thankful that I can at least think this way. Because I think a year ago, before the podcast, I don't think I would. I think I would have just kept doing something I wouldn't like to do because I think it's making everybody else
Hmm.
happy, and that's it.
Hmm.
You know, and it was fun because even can't really see it. But like the last few months, with my haircuts and stuff like that, my hair has been thinning. Like my hair hasn't been doing great. And the other day when I saw my friend, like my cousin, and we went out to dinner and stuff like that, like I'd take like biotin and stuff like that, but he was just like, "Hey, your hair's growing back again," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it is." But it started having, it wasn't growing back as well because of the level of stresses I was having. Like I was having anxiety attacks all the time. I was like, how do I finish work? Like I'll finish work and think about how will I finish work the next day, and I'm like, you know what? There's stuff just beyond my control. I can do the best I can with what I have, and that's it. If it's a fire and people yell at me, look, I'm doing the best I can. I really wish I can sit here and say I'm doing nothing, but I'm doing the best I can, and that's all you're gonna get from me at this point, right?
Yeah.
Um, oh, and funny story. Maybe I have this attitude because the jobs that did reach out to me, both of them unfortunately fell through. One of them hired somebody else, and one of them they put the job on hold till next year. And I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm at least still working, so I'm still grateful in that sense. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk at that point, but
You
I'm
never
grateful
know.
that.
Situation with your friend Stefan, you never know.
Yeah,
You never
exactly.
know where that's gonna lead.
So
Maybe you're meant to do something more
yeah,
than
no,
hire
and,
for
and,
the
and
job.
and think about it in that sense where, I know we talked about it a little bit last week about being generous, right, with yourself and things like that. And like I feel like this stuff that life is giving me, although if you look at it in a certain way, it's negative because it's like I didn't get the job, right? But in a way, I think life is being generous to me because it's like this is not where you're supposed to go. I don't think this is the path that you should be taking,
Upon
right?
a phone.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the stuff was just like every other situation where there's certain things I like about the job, right? But there's a lot of things that were burning me too, right? But at the same time, it's just like I was basing a lot of my decisions based off my emotions instead of logical steps. And I think me not getting these jobs humbled me a little bit, saying that you literally were about to take a job that was going to give you a lot less money, maybe full time, but a lot less money, and I don't think you're worth that. So you shouldn't take that. You're about to leave a job that is only for 3 months long that they will give you more money, but then you'll have no job after that. I don't think you should go that way either. So I felt like that was life's way of telling me that, right? And I know last week I talked about like, with karma and things like that too. I'm still like, still staying on my side about the whole karma situation, but I think this is karma in a good way, speaking of like, don't go this route, don't go that route. You're better than this, you're worth better than this. There's better things out there than this, right? And you'll find your way. You'll find your way. Just like we should hope for the other people to find their way, right? Like at this point, it's
Yes.
you know, life is gonna happen one way or another. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep doing your best, and that's all life can ask for you, right? I think being the best person you can be, and that person being better than the person from the previous day, I think that in itself is its own victory, right? Getting up the next morning and being able to just have a better mentality, do something different. Like you said, you're on a 40 day journey about exercising. You just get up and you just do your thing, right? It just hits you. You just do it. You're just like, this is what I'm gonna do, right? And
It's like my body's asking for it already. I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'll
there you
take
go.
that.
Yeah, exactly. I finally got to do grocery shopping the other day, and I feel like this week I didn't buy lunch at
Gonna
all.
be chefing. You're
I
gonna be
was
chefing.
I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't do anything special. I gotta connect with Bev about like food, which was it was her
Yeah.
birthday during the week, I think.
Yes, it
So
was her
shout out to Bev.
birthday
Happy birthday.
on the
Yeah.
26th. Happy birthday, baby. I'm totally, with the tribute, I kind of forgot about this. Yeah,
No,
it's
we're
her
good. I
birthday,
did message her.
and she's celebrating it this weekend.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was
She
supposed to
went
be
out.
there. I was invited, but
Yeah,
sorry, ladies,
she said
I'm
where
right
she was
here.
going, and I was like, I'll try to make it out. I think it was like Friday night, and I'm like, I can't make it out, but we'll go out soon enough. We'll get together when we can. But
Yeah, I sent her flowers, stuff that I could have sent. So
yeah,
maybe.
listen, you do the best you can with what you can, because I know if you could be here, you would be here. But if you can't, there's you always find one way or another, right? Even remember our bar and over there, like
Hot
when you're
spot.
not there, you'll
Hmm.
play music. Boom, there you go. Rose is here. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So one way or another, you celebrate life one way or another. So
Yeah.
that's always good. Oh man, what a crazy day today. And it was good though. I'm still thankful because it's crazy that we're just talking about how to be thankful for stuff, and then we get a comment, and then it's just like, oh, I'm so grateful that you made a comment. I mean, you made yourself look stupid for the comment, but hey, you do what you got to do, right? Um, but damn, now I gotta revisit some of my stuff here. You know what it is? So YouTube blocked it. YouTube blocked it, but
Oh,
not
it
my,
did?
yeah, but not my streaming thing. Because on my streaming thing, it's set up to show comments. So I'll just have to revisit the filtering system on my streaming service
Okay, so
to
it's been
do it.
taken care of.
Well, so the comment section is just removed in general, but we do see comments on YouTube. But on YouTube, it never technically appeared. It appeared on the video, but it is what it is. I will find this person and take care of that accordingly. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I got you.
I
But
mean,
think nothing of it.
he can watch the show. He does watch it. I just don't want him to be able to comment. He can
Yeah.
still watch the show, please.
Yeah. No.
By all means, you might even take a few points out of this and maybe change.
I think I think I just set him to be banned for comments. I don't think he's banned to watch watch the podcast. So
Good, good.
but I definitely
Because you're more than
okay.
welcome to watch it 24/7.
Yeah, absolutely. Tune in next week as well, right?
Yeah,
Let me see. Yeah,
which is
like I
as
said, I
much
just
as
have to
you want.
visit that filtering
Filtering
system.
system.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. But anyway, yeah, just talking about
Gotcha.
uh
The highest vibration of all.
yeah. It's
That's what I would
like I
like
do outside of just like Thanksgiving. I mean, Christmas is around the corner, so it's definitely a fun time around the year. And I think I just love December more in general because I do feel like a lot of people are just a little bit more. I don't know why, but people are just like a lot nicer during Christmas, and I think me and you have even hit points in our head where it's like, you don't just have to be nicer during December or Thanksgiving or things like that. Just
I
you
stopped
could be nice
noticing
all
that.
year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like
I
like
stopped
people just
noticing that.
aim for like December to be nice. So it's like, oh, it's the season, the holiday. It's like you could do it every day, every year. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it should just be this. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that they are. Like I'll go to places and people will just be extra nice to me, and I'll be like, that's great.
I stopped noticing that. Maybe because I start more like looking at people that nice all the time, and I
Maybe,
stopped
yeah.
noticing
I mean, I definitely I think it probably hit us that like
that.
because I think a lot of our night, not a lot, maybe, but I think there are points in our lives that our niceness was based off the way the world reacted to us. You know what I mean? If something nice happened to us, we'd be even nicer back, right? But I
Mhm.
think throughout the year, especially with like Ho'oponopono, when even bad things happen to us, we're still nice about it, you know? And even when worse things happen to us, we're still nice about it. And then when nice things happen to us, we're nicer about it. So we still hold that mentality. We still hold that graciousness. Um, so I think we've grown in that sense. And I don't mean just like you and me. I also mean like our viewers or people like that. Like I know Morgan has talked to
Absolutely.
me a lot
Yeah.
more. I know, like I said, I met up with Gina. Gina told me the same thing. I got to meet up with Frank still, which I'm probably gonna try to do next week. But I think a lot of people have seen life in a different way. Uh, and definitely for me in this podcast, like for me, it was more because of this podcast, I was able to see life in a different way. I was able to see light in a better way,
Yeah.
our life in a better way. So I think that's like my highest thankfulness that like I'm understanding that like life is gonna go up, is gonna go down, right? But I can do my best throughout no matter what. And if I'm doing it from the heart, I don't feel that burnout. I don't feel that like, hey,
Mhm.
um like why is life not being fair to me when I'm doing my best for it? It's like no, because life has already given me all the resources I need in my life to live. So now it's just my turn to give back. And if life gives back to me, fantastic. If life doesn't, so be it, right? But I will always keep fighting to give life. Damn, that's a strong.
Absolutely.
That's a nice quote. That's a strong ass quote. I will always give. to life. Oh man.
Yes, yes, definitely. Podcast is our motivation is definitely helping us to realize even the worst things that happen to us, we still continue to look forward and learn from it because everything is a lesson, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Mhm.
And just take it. And it is hard for me. It was really hard this year. And my mom's birthday is coming up on Friday, which is um Juma Day, which is a Muslim day, which is right. And it's like, and luckily I was able to tribute her and give her so much grace and so much gratitude and spend so much time with her this year and just look at it from a different point of view. And that's what we care about. Just look at it from different angles. It's not only one angle. It could be so many different angles. You could feel totally different. But yeah, well, obviously things happen and we react instantly. Like it's our just like human instinct, right? Like boom, we gotta react sad because sad thing happened. Okay, it's okay. But look at a different angles. Okay, can we react happy now? Can we react uh, respectful, gratitude, whatever it's, you put it on that plate and just can we react all kinds of differently, you know? Can we be
Yeah.
actually happy that person maybe needed to go? Maybe the person just left before Thanksgiving. We're tributing him yesterday and today. It's today and yesterday. There's two funerals for this person. And with rebuting it, maybe the person needed it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should not be sad. Maybe we should be happy
Yeah.
that he's at peace and there's a different realm. I believe in that. And maybe it's a different story. Maybe it's time for the person to create a new story. And there's so many angles. Just everything we do, it's so many outcomes.
Yeah.
It's so many. Like choose, sit down, relax, meditate on it, and get the path that's actually speaking to you. Because there's so many paths. Just let it speak to you.
The
Relax.
the one
Don't
thing, cause
overthink
like
about it.
even cause like my cousin, I remember like when we were talking about it, because I love catching up with him, and we did our best to do it in a decent time period. But we went out for pizza and beer, somewhere local, and the place closed after an hour and a half. So like we were there for the hour and a half, and then we sat in the parking lot for another half hour talking, and then we parked in front of my house for another half hour talking, you know. And I remember at one point he was just like getting emotional about his dad because he was talking about his dad, right? But the thing is, like, the one thing I want to say, and even to you, Rose, is like I'll never knock anybody for feeling emotional, right? If you are sad, it's okay to be sad. It is. I'm not gonna say it's not okay to be sad, right? It's okay to be sad because it hits you. It hits you like a truck at that point, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I do always try, and I did it with him, and I'll do it with you as well. That like you'll still do your best to remember the good times, right? Because like wherever we go after we go, no matter what, like I feel like the presence of the other person will always be here. Just like, for me, like my grandmother, right? When she went, I think I told you so. When she went, I didn't cry. It was weird. I didn't cry. And then I remember we talked about one day with the car with my friend James, and he was just like,
Yes.
it's her way of protecting you, telling you to say, don't worry about me, right? And that all they'll do, even when they're gone, all they'll do is worry about us. So the best that we can do is just fight. The best we can do is smile and be like, thank you for this wonderful life that we live together, and in your name, in your grace, I will continue to live on, right? I will continue keep fighting that good fight. I will keep
Hmm.
continuing to smile. I'll keep continuing to laugh. I'll continue to help others, right? And I told my cousin this. I was like, listen, it's okay to be emotional. You could cry. You could cry in front of me. Like, don't ever feel like you can't cry in front of me. I'm not gonna stop you, right? But I'm not gonna let you be down here and just cry alone. That's one thing I will not do. I'll cry with you, and then together I will get up, we'll stand on our feet and we'll continue kicking life, kicking it with life. We'll continue keep rising. Because you know why? Not only do you deserve this, not only do I want this for you, but above all, the ones that have passed want you to keep going too. No matter what, they're going to want you to keep going too, right? Of course, hold your tribute. Of course, hold up your your wishes to the sky. Or, represent your mom in the best way possible when it comes to Friday. Like I know you mentioned that like she loved her like tea cozy and stuff like that. Have a nice tea, maybe a tea that she liked. Have it with yourself. Have a second teacup out for her. And she's there with you, and she'll be sipping it her own way. Things like this. There's so much you can do for your parents to represent them, right? And I told my cousin, as much as your dad's not here, you're representing him the best way possible. You're a hardworking man building a better family, a better life for your family, right? But the one thing I will always remind you is like, don't forget about yourself too. And I know you won't. You're doing this motivation station beautifully, and I know times are tough with work. I know times are tough with people, right? But like you said, every Saturday you show up, you do your thing, you share a smile, you share a laugh, you share wisdom, you know? So, your mom must be incredibly proud, right? It's insane. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. You're a spitting image of your mom. Like I said, that one time when she was on our episode, I didn't understand a word she said. Obviously, I don't really, except for thank you. I understand that much because I know a little bit, But like
Yeah.
like her expression, her
Yeah.
her her spirit, so to speak, her wisdom, like what she has in her eyes and in her smile is what you have in your eyes and you have in your smile. And I think I think it's such a beautiful thing, you know. So cheers to those
Cheers.
who have
Cheers.
gone from our lives, but never forgotten ever. Eh.
Yes. We're
So cheers to
grateful.
them.
We are grateful.
And with that, we are
Oh,
now entering our month of December, which I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely gonna get my friend Stefan onto our podcast.
yeah. We need to
Um,
link up because
I
I need to.
Yeah, no,
Let's
100%.
let's
I, I-
finish.
I'll I'll ask him to join us one of these weeks.
Yeah.
I will figure it out. But then
See how the
also,
self-publishing works.
yeah, yeah. Also, I want to do some work. I want to see if I can get some clothing made. I know you got your shirt, but I want to do a little bit more stuff. I know Gina wants some stuff too. And then Morgan was interesting because I told Morgan I would send her some stuff, but Morgan said she'd rather just be able to get the logo itself and just get it pressed and printed herself. So I'll share that
Or
with you,
like a
Morgan,
sticker.
by chance. Yeah, yeah. Because all you need is like the template, and then I can send it to her, and then she can just take it wherever they want.
Oh,
They'll print it out and go from there.
oh. Good she's saying.
So funny story about that, Morgan. I am focusing this month to do my Pursuit of Peace YouTube that I wanted to do, and I'm gonna have my parents on that, and I think it's gonna be a very very hard episode, but um, I'm gonna make that happen. So I don't know about them being on the podcast because I think them sitting in this little room here is a little bit tough and have them on camera. But I definitely will have them. Right now, they're actually traveling in India and they're having a good time out there. My mom actually
That's
just called me
nice.
right before the podcast, so I was like, she needed a favor from me, so I was just trying to knock that out. But they're doing well. They're happy there, and we're hoping to go there as a full family next year with my wife and my kid. But when I do my Piece of Pursuit podcast, awesome. I think the comments are working okay because Morgan responded to that comment pretty quick. But anyway, um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the Piece of Pursuit podcast or YouTube show soon, and I'll have them on there, but just not right away because I think having them on my first episode would be too emotional for me. Too emotional for me. So I'm gonna start with some friends and some
Same
close
time, you never
people.
know. It's a tribute.
No, yeah,
First,
but
first walk of fame.
yeah, no. Well, the
That
first
is
episode is
correct.
gonna be about the whole why I'm doing it, but yeah, I'm no. The goal is to have them on there for sure, 110%. Because I think
Yeah.
it'd be
You
nice to
know,
have them.
it's great to have them here too.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
sure
mean,
they can share some motivational wisdom.
they'll I'll have them.
Believe me, it's so cool to just go back and replay. Like I replayed that January 25th. with my mom. And
Yeah.
I was like, damn, she should have been there longer, like moments like that kind of creep up. So having
Yeah.
as much as you can, because it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Just to be able to rewatch, reboot, and be like, wow, I actually did this, and it's such an honor, like just to be able to have this moment, because I remember the day she's like, oh, I gotta get ready and look pretty and I'm like, okay, okay, take your time, you have an hour, it's gonna,
Parents
it's,
are just funny people. I think my parents are like
yeah,
that too, because especially when it comes like a moment for them, they're like, "Oh, let me get ready, let me get dressed up and stuff like that," right? So it's like when I took my parents on vacation, it was like the same story, right? They're like, I guess I'll come, right? And then all of a sudden they're packing their suitcase and choosing what outfit to bring, and I'm like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just said this is whatever, right? And then the same thing when I took them out to dinner, they're like, we're not that hungry. It's fine. And then we went to a Mexican place, right? Not that hungry. They bought one burrito that they split. I bought some nachos. We killed all the food, and I'm like, you guys were like, you're not that hungry. You're liars, you know? Oh yeah, let's
yeah,
go
you
for.
just feel a
I was
little,
like, we're gonna take Lily out for ice cream. Oh, okay, I don't know if we're gonna want ice cream. It's fine. All of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, can we get vanilla with sprinkles and stuff like that? I was like, you guys said you didn't want any ice cream. What the? I started putting them on the spot, and I did it because I thought it was cute. Yeah,
yeah.
Morgan, I'll explain why the comments aren't showing up later. If anything, I don't want to go over it again, but I'll message you about it after. But
You gotta rewatch it. You gotta
you gotta
rewatch.
rewatch it.
I
Yeah,
know
you gotta
you
rewatch
missed
it.
the half of the show, but you need to rewatch. So it was it was fun.
It
Fun
was
to rewatch.
entertaining to say the least.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I mean, I definitely my thing is my thing above all of it is just not a matter of, oh, you should get your parents on the podcast, or you should get your parents on your YouTube show, or you should start YouTube. It's for me, it's a matter of just I need to just do it. Like I need to get into it. I need to just start it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of the things I'm trying to
Definitely.
do today, hopefully you guys can enjoy my background one last time here. But today, my daughter, and my wife are gonna work together. I'm actually gonna rotate my desk just 90 degrees,
Mm.
only because I'm trying to the light from the screens is really bright sometimes, and I want to do streaming, and sometimes the light is too bright. So like my bed is like right here, um and my daughter goes to sleep there, and then the light is just on her, when I turn on my monitor. So I'm gonna rotate my desk so behind me is just like a blue wall, so then there's not really much I have to blur out or do anything for my background. So
Yeah. No,
make it a
nice
little
creative
bit like
background.
yeah, a little bit nicer in that sense there. But I just got to get into things and just start them. And I'm getting motivated from not just the podcast, but like even the little things you do and little things our fans do and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is it, man. We're about to start up December, and then it's a new year, and it's gonna be a fantastic year. It's gonna be a fantastic year. I have high hopes. I
Absolutely.
have high dreams. I hope I have I just good feelings, good vibes, whatever you want to call it. Like we're gonna go into it strong. So
Yes. Cheers
with
to that.
with that, I will say cheers and definitely join us in our December podcast to check out. Hopefully, I can get some guests in here. I'm actually going to work on the podcast after this podcast now, get some better, little scenery, get some moderation going, get some things going on, But we appreciate you, and we love you from the bottom of our hearts. And
Yes, we're really grateful. Thank you so much for the likes, comments, all kinds of comments. I appreciate them all. Traffic. And definitely thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching and listening. And absolutely don't forget to tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. We're here live on YouTube. And Sunday we are on Spotify. You can listen to us. And we are so grateful for all of you, for each of your story, your moments, your funny moments, your sad moments. We welcome them all. We definitely grateful from our bottoms of our hearts, and have a motivated day.
have a motivated day, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye bye.